Hello, Coach Ruckman here. I'm going to draw up basically a 2x2 traditional spread shotgun option type of play. I like to call it the belly zone. Some people call it the inside zone. Generally, we like to keep things really simple so that we can run these types of plays really fast. I'll try to draw this up as quick as possible and still make it effective so I'm not taking up a lot of your time. You get just a general sense of how we might do it. All right, the belly zone. To keep things simple, I like to use a lot of our option blocking, something called hug a linebacker. HU means heads up. GA means gap away. LB means linebacker. Put those together, seems to me makes a real nice easy thing for offensive line to understand. Hug a linebacker. Hug a linebacker. We'll run this belly zone to the right. This is the way it was pretty much designed whenever it first came about through colleges such as West Virginia, Tulane when they had really great undefeated year, Bowling Green, Utah, other schools like that, Florida at times. This is how they were generally running their belly zone. I have it set up to a 3-3 or a 3-5-3. And why is that? Well, a lot of times when you play spread, this was kind of a defense designed to stop it. So this is a common look you might see. And we can draw it up against others as well. Generally though, what we try to do, if there's ever 7 in the box, you need to be throwing. If there's 6 in the box, you throw or pass. If you ever see like a 3-2 or some other type of 5-person in the box, you need to be running these types of plays, something inside all the time. Okay, so again, hug a linebacker. For that, we treat all linebackers like they're playing at the line of scrimmage. So this is belly right. Well, this tackle, the linebacker's his head up man. He's going to go block him. He can't really be wrong. If the linebacker goes inside, he needs a wall and wash him to the inside. If the linebacker tries to go outside, it becomes more like a kick block, and he kicks, and he's got to run him to the sideline. So he can't be wrong. He's only got to be physical. Get that linebacker in a hurry. Stick to him like glue. Don't whiff. Don't block him until you step on his toes, I like to say. And then you need to move him out of the way. The reason why it can't be wrong is if we make any skill kid, if they get to this level, if a skill guy gets to a level where a lineman's blocking a linebacker, the skill person has to be able to read their block and has to be able to get us yards. So we go ahead and say he can't be wrong. Now, there's no one head up, there's no one in gap away, so there's his linebacker. Now again, those people that have coached for a while know, a lot of times you chip and combo nose, and we will. He'll take an angle to get there. Center's rule, pretty easy, head up. He's got to think a little bit though about the play direction call so that he knows where to position his body and whether or not he may get a little bit of a chip or not. Does he may get a little bit of a chip there depending on type of nose, strength of nose, whether the center wants help, etc. Nobody head up, nobody gap away. So there's his linebacker, pretty easy. Nobody head up, ends and gap away. So we go ahead and block him. Belly zone. Here's the first read. Here's the second read. First read, the end. He can either go upfield or down the line. Here's the running back action. I like the running backs on the side, so there's always a threat of the outside zone, which we'll draw up some other time. Some people, like Oregon especially, people that are doing this type of stuff now, they put the running back here, so they get a little bit more of a downhill action, I believe. But I don't like it because it takes away the threat of the outside zone. Again, I want it to generally look just like the outside zone. I want everybody over here worried to death, staying at home, not being aggressive because they're worried about the outside zone. At the same time, I would kind of like this side to be worried about running over there for the outside zone because that actually, as you can see, if we get these backers flying, that actually makes all these blocking angles so much easier is if we can go ahead and get them running out thinking it's an outside zone. So the running back comes flat across the quarterback just like outside zone. We like our quarterback sit there, ball out with his eyes staring the read down. As soon as he gets his read, say he's up the field, the running back, first step past mesh, he attacks the center to about the line of scrimmage and then starts to widen. All right, and why is that? Two reasons. Well, one, if the backer went inside, the lineman should be blocking him inside, and basically what I like to say is kind of like we're taking the defense and we're just opening the door, swinging away. But there'll probably be a little garbage past the nose in the middle of the field. Also, if the linebacker runs outside, we want him attacking through the line of scrimmage and widening, because basically we're going to replace where that defensive player was on the field. Defense likes to occupy certain places, and whenever they leave, that's where offenses like to go. So if he widened, that's where he's taking the ball. So again, attacking center's outside foot, gets through the line of scrimmage, and then wide. Not to the sideline, but just a nice little widen out to either allow the block to pass from this backer or to replace him if he jumped outside. Now, if the end goes, that's if the end is up the field. Sorry, if the end is up the field, you give and let your running back carry the ball. Quarterback, if he gives, I tell him to go straight to the sideline. Just widen everything as much as possible. Don't attack any other reads. Don't fake nothing. He gives, just haul butt. I tell him, go check out the cheerleaders over there. Just stretch anybody left, stretch them out of the way. So again, we got a nice seam up the middle of the field. If he keeps the ball, if it's a pull, the end is hard down the field. His eyes are on his next read here. He's reading. Will bubble, and he's basically like your pitch option in the normal triple option. And you have to have a quarterback that can do this. If you don't have a quarterback that can throw on the run a little bit, make it a little quick reads, this may not be something for you to do. You may have to tone it down a little, like go ahead and call. Some people do that. Like you go ahead and call, you're going to hand the ball off this time. You go ahead and call, you're going to throw the bubble. That way you take the snap, fake it, but he's really setting up to go ahead and throw the bubble out there. So we have the bubble going. Outside guys running off to stop block. I like him to go ahead and try to run that corner off, especially if they're playing some type of disguised man or whatever. If he'll run with you, just go ahead and run. If not, whenever he lowers his hips, go ahead. Receiver's got to idle down too and start to block. So quarterback keeps the ball. Eyes go on the next read, which is the backer. And I go ahead, like I said, we have a quarterback that can throw on the run, so we go ahead whenever he knows it's a disconnect, he actually attacks, replacing just outside of the end. As he's attacking though, before that, even as he's taking his first couple steps, he's looking at his next read. If his next read is coming in, like some type of blitz, he goes ahead and throws the ball. So it's here. Read, eyes up, boom, attack, and it may be 1, 2, 3, and he's thrown on the run. Again, if you don't have a quarterback that can do that, probably don't want to do this play or go ahead and call what you want done. Just throw the bubble if you want it out there, just call it and throw it, and then make it like a double option. A lot of people will do that. They'll make this play just go ahead and be some type of double option. Or, and a lot of people base block it just to get an inside handoff. So, if though he's chasing, again, he was replacing right outside the end, and he's got a nice little seam there. Some people are saying, well, what happens if the backer's outside? Again, that's where the tackle can't be wrong. He just is only wrong if he's not blocking him. For some reason, he's jumping outside. Again, he's going and just trying to wall him out. Again, finally, the basic principle is no skill guy. We're not going to get on any lineman for blocking a linebacker down the field. However they block him, however they can get their body on him, these guys, quarterbacks, running backs, slots, they should be athletic enough to read the blocks and get yards. If they can't read the blocks, you need to really stress that in your drills. Reading blocks, reading blocks. I don't want to hear any complaints from them getting tackled by a linebacker who's being blocked by a lineman. I mean, you see your offensive lineman, how he's blocking somebody. He needs to go ahead and be able to cut off that. Here's another way you can make life a little more simple, or you say, hey, I don't like that, the way that's drawn up. Here's another little side note you can do. Make it more like a true triple option, just from the gun. Again, say if it's 3-3, he's up there on him. The reads are the same. So now go ahead and bring in some nice motion over. Again, ball snap somewhere kind of right in here. Same thing right here. If it's a disconnect though, he attacks, And now you've picked up an extra blocker and you have a nice little true pitch man out there. Again, you can go either way with this. It really doesn't matter. You can line up in trips and bring a motion guy over or whatever you want, but really just 2x2 is kind of the best way to probably run this play. Again, I'll draw off some other plays from the shotgun sprint option, but this is kind of a bread and butter inside run if you like run the shotgun sprint option. The hugging linebacker, easy, quick way to go ahead and let your lineman not think so much and make it an easy blocking scheme. So again, hopefully you're running plays fast. You need to run plays super fast in the spread, especially these days as people adapt and adapt more. You need to run it faster and faster, kind of like the Oregons of the world and things like that.